So in this video today, guys, I'm going to show you my Robinhood individual stock portfolio, and we're going to go through all the different investments that I own in this portfolio, whether or not I'm up or down, and I'm going to talk a bit about why I own each investment in this portfolio. So basically, the other day I was sharing some information about this portfolio over on my Instagram, which if you guys aren't following me there, I will throw my username up on the screen here. And a lot of people were wondering what stocks I own in that portfolio. So I decided to do a full video over here on YouTube going through this portfolio, which mostly consists of growth stocks and a couple of more speculative investments, which we'll talk about in a little bit here. So anyways, guys, let's just jump right into it. I'm going to open up my Robinhood portfolio and let's take a look at the stocks that I own. All right, guys, so here we are inside of my Robinhood stock portfolio. I actually started this portfolio earlier this year. I've been adding money to it somewhat consistently, and in total, I have put around $75,000 into this account, so I have made about $25,000 in returns from earlier this year, but a lot of that came from good timing in the market. And earlier on this year, I made a ton of money investing in the Jets ETF, which I no longer own. That being said, guys, if you don't have an account with Robinhood and you want to check it out, if you use the link down in the description below when you sign up, you will get a completely free stock just for opening up the account. And full transparency here, guys, I am affiliated with Robinhood, so I may earn a commission in the process. So starting off, guys, right on the top here, the account is worth a little bit over $100,000. And it passed that mark, I think, about a week ago. So it's been growing pretty steadily here. If I open it up over the last 3 months or so, you can see the account's been growing somewhat steadily. And yeah, it's a brand new account, so it's only been activity from the year 2020. So right at the top here, let's talk about my options first of all. I dabble with them a little bit. I'm probably not going to going forward because if we take a look at these, if we go to my American airline calls here I bought a while back, it does look like I'm doing good with these based on the percentage gain, but if we go to total return, I'm down like 84 bucks on that call option for American Airlines, and I own this biotech option. Again, total speculation, I'm down like 675 bucks on that. However, this one does not expire until October, so potentially down the road, it could be a moneymaker for me. But if we look at the total equity here, guys, I've put less than $1,000 into options. It's like 1% of this portfolio, so it's a very small speculation. And also, that is money I reinvested because earlier this year, I bought some call options on a company called Nautilus that I more than doubled my money on. So I put that money back into these options, and so far, results haven't been too great, to be completely honest, but we'll see how these pan out. I'm thinking that American Airlines call, which expires on the 21st, will probably expire out of the money, but I'm just gonna let it ride and see what happens. All right, so the first item in this portfolio is the MJ ETF, ETF MG Alternative Harvest. This owns a number of cannabis companies involved in the medical production of cannabis. This is more of a long-term play here, guys. I think if you look at the last 5 years here with this stock, we are definitely at a low for this industry, and so I plan on holding this for many years to follow. It does actually pay a pretty decent dividend. I am down about 6%, somewhere around $600, but the yield is actually above 7%, so it does pay a good amount in dividends, which I've earned 1 dividend so far from this investment. That's the first one in this portfolio. Next, we have a really cool company that I found called ShotSpotter, which you've probably never heard of before, and they develop technology that allows cities to install these devices and track and pinpoint gunshots. I bought it because I liked what the company was doing, and so it wasn't really based on the fundamentals or anything like that. They recently reported earnings, and as you can see, the stock jumped up quite a bit there. So I am up around just under 20% in this position here. It's a small investment of around $5,000 because I own 200 shares. So then we have Nikola Motors here, and my cost basis doesn't show up correctly because of the merger that happened between Nikola and Vecto IQ, but my cost basis was around $19 per share, so I have more than doubled my money on this position. It's not a very big one. Obviously, guys, it would have been nice if I had sold at the top when this stock was somewhere around almost 80 or 90 per share, but I'm going to hold on to it and see what happens because I don't want the short-term capital gains anyway. So it's showing a return of $3,109. That's not entirely correct because that doesn't factor in my cost basis, but it was a very small investment of somewhere around $1,500. Next up, we have Apple, which is just a no-brainer, guys. They just announced an upcoming stock split. I bought this back in June, and I am up around 22%, $2,418. Next up, we have Amazon, another no-brainer for me based on the global pandemic and the shutdown and people doing more online shopping. Bought this in the same time horizon, up around 20% or $2,500. And I have quite a bit of money here. I have about $15,000 just in Amazon. And if we go back to Apple, I have a lot in here too. I have about $13,000. So between Amazon and Apple, that's almost $30,000 because I really do believe in those companies and I'm an avid user of their products. Then we have AMD. For those who remember, I was talking about this stock back in 2016 when it was under $7 per share. And since then, I sold out of it, guys. I wish I had just held on to it. But I bought back in at around $52, and I bought some more shares the other day. But this has been a big winner for me. I'm up almost 35% since buying this in June. And I'm confident that, in my opinion, this stock is definitely on its way to $100 per share. AMD has done exceptional over the last 5 years. I mean, if you look at that chart, guys, it's really incredible. And I just talked about this stock too in my video on when to buy and sell a stock. And I talked about that pressure cooker and how I liked the chart for this stock. And sure enough, shortly after, it shot up to another price level. Could be total coincidence, but I am going to pat myself on the back a little bit there. So next we have Take-Two Interactive. This is a video game stock. For me, again, this was a no-brainer based on the pandemic. I said, I bet more people are going to be playing video games at home looking for entertainment options. I actually have quite a bit of money in this stock too, almost $15,000, and I am up about 25% since purchasing this stock back in June. Then we have my speculative plays here. We have SHLL, which is going to be merging with Helion, which is a stock a lot of people have been giving me crap about because in the short term, I'm definitely down quite a bit here. I am down 32% or around $3,200. But in that video, I talked about how this was a total speculation, and I pretty much am waiting for that merger to take place with Helion and to see where that company goes long term. So this is one of those companies that is doing the SPAC. It's a special purpose acquisition company, and essentially this holdings company is going to merge with an electric vehicle company called Helion in Q3 of 2020. Next up, another speculation of mine here, Lancadia Holdings number 2. This company is going to be merging with Golden Nugget Online Gaming. I'm not down as much in this one. I'm down about 20%. So between my two speculative plays here, guys, I am down around $5,000, but this is a pure speculation here where in the short term, these SPACs are extremely volatile. And in my opinion, when this does go mainstream, when the merger is completed, I expect to see a lot more interest in both of these companies. So I'm going to say on that one, guys, I certainly look like a moron right now, but let's circle back to this in 3 to 6 months and see how these are doing. And then lastly, we have KeyBank, which is a company that I just like. They are in my local area. It's a smaller bank, and this probably belongs in my dividend portfolio because they pay a yield of around 6%, but I bought them over here just because that's where I had some liquidity, and I'm up around 10%. This is about a $13,000 position, and so that is the last stock here in this portfolio. So if we go here, guys, and we look overall at my total returns here from these investments, obviously I've made some lousy investments here. You know, we take a look at, for example, in the short term, I'm down quite a bit on my speculations there with the Helion merger and the Golden Nugget online gaming. But other than that, KeyBank's been a solid return there. Between my tech picks here that I just bought back in June, I'm up over $10,000. Done pretty well with ShotSpotter, that's a smaller investment, and that MJ ETF just down slightly, but if we factor in the fact that I have earned dividends, it's an even smaller loss. And then the options are a pure speculation, probably not something I'm going to delve into down the road. So just like anyone else out there, guys, I have some winners and I have some losers in my portfolio. And obviously at the end of the day, your goal is just to have more winners than losers. So anyways, guys, there you have it. That is my Robinhood stock portfolio. I would love to hear what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. And let me know if you guys agree or disagree with these picks. I'm always curious what you guys think. Like I said, if you want to grab that free stock from Robinhood, that's the top link down in the description below. Subscribe, hit that bell, drop a like if you haven't already, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.